G'day everyone, welcome back to Tom's Brook Farm. We ended up with another 2 mils yesterday, so yeah, fantastic. Henry this morning has gone out spraying, so I'm left to my own devices. Let's see if Wally's going to start for us. We had it on charge all of yesterday. No, it's not. Oh, Wally. Wally. So back on the battery charger it goes. I'm just going to get it enough that I can jump start it and move it away and go and park it down in the lineup. We're not going to need this for, I'm going to say, about a month. What are we? 25th of June. Yeah, normally around that end of July, August period is probably when we're going to do our flexi. So gotta do that. 15 amps. So I'm just going to start it, and I'm going to park it down there in the lineup, but where I can get a ute to it to jump start. And I'll get it out at the start again, guys. If you're liking these videos, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really does help the channel grow and get seen by more people. And yeah, just if you can also watch the videos the whole way through, that also helps a lot. And if you put the notification bell on, you'll also get notified when my videos come out on every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And if we've got a glass cage podcast, that's on Tuesday. So yeah, if you could do that, that'd be fantastic. But this morning, yeah, we're back with this. So just to recap, there's a leak in the seal at the back here between the motor and the pump. We wanted to take the impeller off, so that's our impeller there. We wanted to take that off so that we could get to the seal behind it, so then we could order the correct seal. Now this has had, yeah, we completely forgot about it last year. It's our bad. We should have noted it down and done it then and there, but we forgot. Anyway, so this has had obviously chemical and water coming behind basically this where the thread is, and then leaking out the back. And this is aluminium, and aluminium is soft and can get very corrosive. And essentially all it's done is it has welded this thing, the impeller, onto the thread. I then tried to undo it, not very successfully. As you can see, we rounded it, there's not very much room there, couldn't get it off. There's a keyway there, so then I tried whacking that with a chisel, broke that. I mean, it was stuffed anyway. I was just trying to get it to move. I cannot get it to move. My only thinking of how to get it off now is to melt it off with heat. But comment below, let me know what you would do. I'm all ears. So what I'm doing this morning, I'm going to get some measurements of these fittings here, and that one there, because Dad's in town, and I'm going to get him to pick up a nice small little Honda motor, and we're going to put that on the back here. This motor is, it's got to be 5 to 10 years old. I mean, it still works. I'm not throwing it out. I want to fix it, but I'm not going to be able to fix that in the time before I leave and before we need to do fence line spraying. So in the meantime, I'm going to purchase a small, cheap little Honda. That's going to go on here. And we don't need, so this is a big 2-inch pump. We don't need something that big. We only need something that's going to hold the pressure of a fence line sprayer. So we'll see what Dad can come up with. But I'm just going to measure up these fittings so that he can get the correct fittings or adjustment sizes for the new pump when he brings that out. Right, that's all sorted. Just waiting on Dad now. He'll be out later on today to yeah, bring a pump out for me, and we can get this all ready for Henry. Now, as you guys would remember from the last video, none of the nozzles, none of the sections turned on, which isn't out of the ordinary, because it sits for so long and doesn't get used. Sometimes the cigarette plug gets buggered, or the actual switches in there just don't work. So it's always something that we always have to redo, essentially, every year or two. So the first thing to eliminate is, does my cigarette lighter actually work? Because if it doesn't, that's my first issue. Well, would you look at that? This is a brand new light, and we aren't getting anything. Oh, this has got a switch on it, hang on. Nothing. Okay. Let's locate a fuse box on a Ford. I love it. You've got your fuse box there, and it doesn't have any bloody diagrams on there. So without me having to go through and pull every single one of them out and checking, I'm just going to quickly check the user's manual and see if I can't find which one it is before I rip every single one out. Typical Ford. It's not got that fuse box over there written in the book. It's got the ones in the engine bay and the high flow, high current ones. They're all in the engine bay. So I guess we're pulling them all out one by one and checking. How many do you think I'm gonna have to pull out before I finally get to the one that it is? Okay. Right. It's none of them. Right. Well, that is, it's very odd that I haven't been able to find the fuse. I'm now just double checking. I'm going to use this one here, this rotating beacon here, and see if this one works. Always eliminate the easiest problem first. So, switch is on, in it goes. Okay. Oh, look at that! So why is that one now working and this one wasn't? Because it wasn't sitting in there correctly. Right. Well, I just wasted 10 minutes. Okay, so now I know that my sig plug is working. I'm not going to be able to hear the clicks out the back there. What I might do is I might put the camera out the back to hear it and then play it back and see if it works, because obviously I haven't got the pump, so I'll be running, see if that works. Right, yell out if you hear any clicks. Alright, we couldn't hear any clicks back on the video. The clicks that you were hearing were from the cab. So, oh man, because I've got this open at the back here, the easiest way for me to do this is just to go off my positive and negative and see if I've got anything. And if I don't, then I know what's going on. So I've got nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. And nothing on that one. So into the cab we go. Not sure where the easiest spot to put you guys is, but the easiest thing for me to do now is to just take my my lid off my box here, and then I can turn my master on. If I'm getting power to that or not, that will be the first one we check. And if we are getting power to that, then we'll make sure we're getting power to our sections. And yeah, it could honestly just be the cigarette lighter plug. It's a pretty dodgy old plug. So we'll see how we go. I might have to put you guys down. All right, so I've got it out a bit more for you, just as an idea of how I did this. So I've got my power coming in. So power comes in from the cigarette lighter, which is this cord here, comes in, goes into our master switch, and then the master switch is linked in series to all the other switches. So you don't have to have the other switches on in order to have the other sections on. I've still got the last section hooked up, but it's cut out the back. It's not going anywhere. Right, so then these leads here, these ones here, sorry. These ones here lead to the section itself. So that goes to out the back, that goes out to the solenoid. And then they are all linked in negative series. And then the negative wire comes back and is on this one here. And then that goes back to our power there. So that's how I've got it all linked up. And if I can get it to stop moving on me, that's yeah, it works well for me. Like I said, sometimes I just have issues with it when it's been sitting for a while. Could be the solenoids. I've had to change the solenoids once before. All of them are new. Well, new a couple of years ago, because the solenoids I had crapped out, because it's you're spraying chemical. It's a corrosive environment. Yeah, they just get stuck open or stuck closed. So no, well, let's see what we got here. I've got the power on. I'm going to put you down. So power is on. We've got our positive. We've got our negative. And we're getting nothing. So I'm just going to give my cigarette lighter a wiggle. Nothing. We're getting nothing at all, and I believe it's our cigarette lighter. If you have a look, it's a pretty, I don't know, rusted old dodgy banger of a thing. I'm going to check in our electrical drawer here if we've got one, and if not, then I'll quickly get a hold of Dad and get him to. I mean, we got that one. I don't want to destroy that. That's an extender. But yeah, Dad's still in town, so I'll get him to grab one for me. Okay, so what I've got Dad to get a cigarette lighter plug. I've also got him to get one that I can actually install on the back of Ben there. The reason for that is obviously the main thing we use cigarette lighter plug for is the fence line sprayer and the flashing light that you can see going here right now. I just wanted to check. I did fiddle with the plug a bit when I was trying to get this working over here, but I just couldn't get it to work. Anyway, I plugged this on. This took me a while to get this going. If I just move this slightly, and then look at this. The cigarette lighter plug in here is useless. I can't get that to work. Oh. So it's not my thing. My thing might actually be working. It's just that Ben's cigarette lighter plug is crap. So I'll wait for Dad to get out, and then I'll either wire one up that goes out to the back, or what I'll do is I'll hardwire it to the battery, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Okie dokie. So Dad's been and gone. He's dropped off a pump for me. So we've got a nice small little Honda pump there. We've got some fittings in order to make that work, because you can see that there is quite small, and these fittings, well, those are new fittings. Those fittings there are 40 mil, so we've got to get it out to 40. Yeah, and Dad also got so he got me a cigarette lighter plug, that one there, which I'm going to abandon that idea. We've also got the can you see? There you go. Got a so that's an actual cigarette lighter. That we will install maybe once we finish doing all this. We'll probably just install it straight into the drill a hole through the thing there and straight in like that, so that come harvest time when we're moving gear and using the flashing light, we've actually got something that will actually work, because that one there is dodgy. but Dad bought some Anderson plugs. So I reckon we'll do that. We'll run, we'll pop the bonnet, we'll run a wire direct to the battery and then just run it through here. And then that way, yeah, we've got a solid connection and we know we've got power. Just going off that cigarette lighter plug in there, it's just not going to work. It's just too dodgy. So we'll pull this pump out. We need to get the fittings on. We've got some bolts to tighten up, and we also need to fill it with oil because brand new pumps don't come with oil. Alright, so we've got a nice little pump. She will do the job just fine. This handle, these bolts here are loose, so it's for the handle. We don't really need the handle on there, but we might as well put it on. Gives us something to hold on to if we need to. So we'll get that tightened up. We'll get the oil in this. We'll flip this baby around, and then we will start putting fittings on. Okay, she is now ready to roll. The only thing is it needs fuel and I need water, but first I need to sort out power. So what I'm going to do is get all my stuff off the back of the ute. We're going to see if this all connects. I'm going to need to get the heat gun most likely, but the question is, this is a smaller size pump. Is everything going to be in the right spot, or am I going to have to go and cut hoses again or something like that? So we're about to all find this out together, and it's all going to work perfectly. Oh, the only one is going to be this one here, the agitation. When I was getting it off of the pump before, I was using the heat gun, and the heat gun was going well until, and it was obviously shows that there was there's going to be a malfunction in the hose. It just split and just ripped the hose. So this is now shorter, but I'm sure it'll be okay. All right, let's start with that one. Right, that one's on. That one is on. We're a bit closer on our agitation pipe, but we've got enough length, so it should be all right. But it is touching the tank, which the other one didn't. But oh well, I'm gonna get a heat gun. So here's what I'm thinking. I've got the power unit out here now, but I've already previously run some wire in here, 12-volt wire, because out the back here, you can see that, probably not, down here is our two-way. So that is the power cord for the two-way. Now Ben is always going to be the one that's running the fence line sprayer. So I think instead of doing something that I got to go to the battery and have it coming in, I might actually just tee off the line here and put in the Anderson plug in here and have it plug into just out the back here. Be a bit neater, and yeah, I don't see any issue with that, so we'll do that. So I've located where I spliced them together, because obviously I don't want to go off this this tiny little thin cord that's not it won't hold enough current, and it'll yeah, you'd probably melt something. So I'm either going to tap in through there, or I might actually just throw a new cord in and going down out the back. So what I've done here is I've run my new cable through, and what I'm going to do is undo these two ones that I've done, and I'm going to cut them. So this one here is for the two-way. This positive and negative here is for the two-way. I'm going to cut them, and then I'll have these both going in on the one like that, and then put it on. And the reason for that is if I just keep on stacking things on top, it just makes a bit of a mess up here. And that's Henry on the two-way, so I'll go and see what he's up to. All right, we'll come back to this one. Henry's got an issue with the boom's balance out there, and he knows how to fix it. He just needs a 10mm spanner and possibly a step ladder. So, what did that hit? So we'll head on out and don't want to destroy anything. There we go. We'll head on out. He might actually have it fixed before we get there, but we'll head on out there anyway, just so that we can give him a hand if need be. So the boom's in the ground. What's going on?
So essentially having an issue with a module in the sprayer, which is basically, I believe, that control, it's the computer that controls all the balancing of the boom.
Yeah.
So essentially it doesn't know where the boom is, what it's meant to be doing to balance the boom.
Yep.
And yeah, when it happens, it tends to move the banana bar which it balances on. As you can see, it's on an angle there. So
what's our solution for now?
Take this off. There's another one that's on the machine itself that we can switch and get it running from now.
So what are we stealing from?
I don't actually know what it controls, but I'm told that I'm allowed to steal it from there for now. It won't be a problem. And apparently there's another boom that's been running for about 6 months with it like that. So
right, okay,
should be fine.
So what do you need?
I need 10mm, I believe, socket and spanner.
Oh, gee.
And then ladder and a 13mm as well. Gold, because it's bloody worth more than its weight in gold.
So Henry just told me how much it is to replace this sensor. $2.5 grand for that. So if this works on stealing it from wherever we're stealing it from, we're not replacing it. That is ridiculous. Be aware when you're buying booms that aren't mass manufactured like John Deere's or Case or anything like that. Your parts are through the roof for cost, because obviously there's not that many of them. I mean, brilliant boom, fantastic boom, but the maintenance, upkeep and cost on them is bloody expensive. So this here is the sensor. I'm guessing it's got to be a gyroscopic sensor. If it
yes, yeah, he said it's a gyro sensor or something.
Yeah, so that's probably why it costs so much, because gyros, a lot of stuff goes into them. So yeah, Henry's obviously doing the broadleaf spray, and then our manganese, our zinc and our copper, plus the fungicide. You can see here we've got some beautiful canola plants going through, so that's what he's targeting, but he's mostly targeting cape weed or anything like that that's out here. But the wheat is just looking fantastic out here, so it's nice to see. We've got a little bit of ryegrass coming through, as you can see here, but not too much of a concern. If it was as grassy as what it was before in the other paddock there, then that would be a concern. But yeah, no, it's looking lovely, nice and green. It's healthy. That's the main part. So as soon as we've got this and he's fixed, he'll be underway and keep on spraying. as soon as he turned the boom on, it just immediately corrected itself and righted itself the right way up, which is good to see. So at least the boom will be good. Who knows what the other sensor is from, but that shouldn't affect the boom, and yeah, he should be right to keep rolling. So we'll leave him to do that, and I will head back to the shed and finish off doing my job on the on Ben there. So Henry's obviously spraying down here in Hattons. My house is up there on the hill, and one project that's going to have to get done at some stage is making an airstrip, because hopefully, you know, get my license, get a plane. Now this track here between the two paddocks is an ideal spot for it, but this is east-west, so ideally you want an east-west, but you also want a north-south. The only problem with doing a north-south is I'd have to take up, well, do a random strip out in the paddock, which I don't really want to do, but we might have to do that maybe up that end there, up against the fence line, obviously away from the fence line, so you're not having to worry about a fence line when you're landing. But yeah, something that I'm yeah, who knows, watch this space. Come summer we might be pulling some gravel to here to make a strip. Alright, so I've got it all hooked up, got my plugs all sorted. I'm just going to check to make sure that I've got power to my power to my box, and then power to my solenoids following that. Yep, we've got power there, so let's turn on our solenoids. We'll go out the back and check that. Alright, once I've checked this, we can then go and fill it up with water and test it. I'm not getting it out the back here for some reason. Or it helps if you turn the master switch on. So, got our negative, positive, and look at that. We've got power out the back. Let's go fill this bad boy up, get it tested. Alright, filling up with some water. This hose might fall out. See how we go. Right, she's full. We'll give this little brand new pump a start. We've got fuel, we're full of oil. Let's see how she goes. Perfect. Alright, so I've got it set to the 2-bar here. I'll, once we've got the nozzles open, we'll see if it needs to be adjusted, but we'll open them up and I'll show you that they'll actually work this time. So master's on. There we go. She's working. With this at its full reach, I think we get nearly like 6 meters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we get about 7 meters. So you can cover some ground. So you can see the distance it's going. So these are on the end are what's called a boomless jet, and it is just basically a very extra coarse nozzle that you can see. I'm standing here. We've got the sunlight. You can't see any mist coming off that, can you? So it's essentially the best you can get to like zero drift. We always put in a surfactant like Deluge or Orca just to reduce drift as well. But yeah, that is just perfect. You can see that's just yeah, perfect. That goes across. we don't get any drift. So in here you'll see we've got our nozzles, so they're all going. There's no blocks there, which is good, and it gets wet in here, but it does a good job. It really does kill all the crop. The reason that's why I went for 25 centimeter spacings instead of 500 was just for a much better coverage. And then we've got our taps here if we want to clean out the lines. So what are we on up there? We're just under 2 bar, so I'll just speed it up just a tiny bit, just so we're up to 2 bar. And that's what we'll do. So I'll just put the camera here, I'm going to drive forward, and you'll just see the sort of coverage that we get on the concrete here. What I'll do is I'm going to reverse up and I'll drive over here, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 k's an hour, get a bit of an idea of, that's probably about the speed that we spray at, and you'll be able to see the sort of coverage pattern that we get on this this concrete here. So going fast, you guys obviously can't see the spread pattern. I thought it'd show up a lot better on the on the concrete there, but it didn't. I'll swing back around, I'll go slower this time, and you can see it as I drive across. Hopefully that sort of showed you what I was meaning. If it was a hotter day, the concrete would be dry and it'd show up better. But I'm hoping that I conveyed my message of my my spread pattern that I'm getting across here. It's an even coverage. It gets it all nice and dead essentially. So wherever we go, it's dead. We get very minimal drift because we've got the curtain, and having the sections is just extremely handy. So I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to park this in the shed, and then this is now all ready for Henry when he wants to go fence iron spraying when he's got some time while I'm away on holidays, and if not, then I'll do it when I get back. But it's actually nice having it going through that Anderson plug, because the trying to change gears, because it's got a solid connection and the master switch works properly every time you use it. So it's very handy. So anyway, we're going to leave the video there, everyone. The next video I will hopefully be putting a dash cam into Rhiannon's car. I've run out of time today and I've got to go home and look after the kids because Rhiannon is about to head off to town for an event, so I need to go and look after the kids. It's 4 o'clock at the moment, just to give you a bit of an idea of the day. But I'm glad we got that all sorted. So the next video I'll hopefully be putting that into Rhiannon's car, and we can all learn how hard or easy it is to set up a dash cam. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.